killing reporters left and right. They have not stopped doing their shit. Famous corrido singer just got shot at a house party somewhere in Tijuana as well.
Everybody, welcome back to Vigilance Elite. This is the Mexico series with Ed Calderon and myself, Shawn Ryan. Many of you probably remember a few months back when Ed and I actually infiltrated a migrant camp in Tijuana, Mexico, on the northern part, right on the California border. And due to a threat against Ed and I, we actually extracted 2 migrants, brought them to an off-site location, got a full interview on what their journey was like from Honduras all the way up to the northern part of Mexico, if they dealt with any cartels, what daily life is like in the actual camp, and why they want to come into the United States. If you haven't seen that, link is in the description, or there's a card up top here. You can click that, watch that, catch up on the content. In the meantime, before we get on with the series, a word from our sponsors. Thanks to Hone for being a proud sponsor of this video. Gents, I don't know about you, but my body doesn't work as efficiently as it did 5, 10, even 15 years ago. As we get older, it can become harder to lose weight and stay in shape. The good thing about Hone is they're not only going to fix you up, but they're also going to check in with you every 90 days to make sure that your body's working as efficiently as possible. Testosterone levels in men have decreased substantially over the years. Gents, if you're starting to feel tired all the time, you can't focus like you used to, or maybe you just need to pour a couple extra Joes to get you going in the morning, it might be time to check your testosterone levels. Low testosterone is nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, it's really no fault of our own. There are a number of factors that are going on today that are affecting this generation's testosterone levels. Gents, there are 30 million men in the US alone who are feeling the implications of low testosterone, and that is affecting their daily lives. The good news is Hone Health is here to help. There are a lot of misconceptions about testosterone. By optimizing your testosterone, that can lead to increased focus, increased muscle mass, higher libido, and a better overall mood. Hone helps men get testing and treatment for low testosterone discreetly and in the comfort of their own home. The entire process is very simple. You open the box, you read the instructions, you collect the sample, and you send it back in. Once the results are in, you will video chat with a real doctor going over the best plan for you based off your biomarkers and your symptoms. Treatment options include FDA-approved medications, and everything gets delivered right to your front door. I'm not a medical expert, but Hone Health is, and they will be with you every step of the way. Order Hone's easy-to-use assessment today and learn more about your testosterone levels. Head down to the description, go to honehealth.com/VE to get yourself checked out. For $45, you'll get your assessment kit and your medical consultation with a real doctor. As always, Hone offers 24/7 support, so you're just a click away from all the answers you need. Guys, this is $45 that could very well change your entire life. Go to honehealth.com/VE. In this segment, we cover 3 different topics of information. We cover the border wall, its weaknesses, how people are getting over it, how people are getting around it, and how people are breaching it. We cover tunnels that are being dug by cartels from Mexico under the wall into the United States, where they're smuggling humans, money, drugs, and weapons through those tunnels. And we begin with area familiarization, which is actually the first thing that we did upon arriving in country down in Mexico and successfully making contact with Ed and his team. Area familiarization is extremely important when you're going to be traveling to a dangerous location where there's a very high threat level and or a high probability of things to kind of go south while you're there for the duration of your stay. Tijuana is just that. There's a very high cartel presence there. The cartels are very active. There's a lot of murders, a lot of kidnappings, a and a lot of human trafficking, which means the potential for things to go south is extremely high. What we're trying to accomplish here is just get some knowledge on the way the city of Tijuana is laid out. That way, if and when things happen to go south, which there is a high probability they will, we have a basic understanding of the layout of that city. We know what neighborhoods to stay out of. We know what neighborhoods are good, maybe label a couple of safe havens, just important venues that we might need to get us out of a pickle. On top of that, while you're getting your area familiarization, it's always good to get a little ground intel. What's the vibe of the city? What's been happening? In this particular example, we found out that there have been 3 journalists that were assassinated within a week of us being there, which is good intel to know when you're on the ground as a journalist. Let's get right into it.
They don't know what to do. They're killing reporters left and right. They have not stopped doing their shit. A famous corrido singer just got shot at a house party somewhere in Tijuana as well. It is gangbusters right now. So with the National Guard units, they don't mean shit to these guys. They're basically the hindrance. They have to move things a bit faster. That's all. That's why they ran that roadblock. They're probably moving some serious stuff on that car. This is also Rio. This is the zona blindada, they call it. Basically the armored zone. Oh, okay. This is where all the money is. This is all the banks are. So not a lot of shit happens here. And we're about to cross into Mordor. It's like basically Tijuana's divided up into with a line just cutting right through the middle of it, which is a Tijuana River estuary. And I'm gonna take you to Mordor for some bomb-ass tacos because that's where you find them. Nice. You won't find them in Hobbiton, you know?
So as you guys can see, we're getting a very good intel dump from Ed on what's going on in the immediate area in that particular environment. And now we know where to get some bomb-ass tacos too. Let's keep it going.
I'd say 60% of all cocaine on the West Coast goes through underneath that border, through tunnels. I'll take you around. I'll show you a few of the found drug tunnel entrances. Perfect. They're just sealed houses, basically. Now, I'm adjusting my original plan because of all the shenanigans going on right now. We're going to be stopped constantly if we move around the city at night. Okay. That is my worry.
What do they do when they stop you?
Frisk you, names, questions, and once they maybe figure out who I am, they're gonna ask more questions. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's just questions.
Now it should be starting to make sense on why area familiarization is so important in environments like this. Look at all the intelligence that we're gathering already, and we're only about 30 minutes into this drive. Due to the high threat towards journalists that we discovered, it has also increased police presence, and now National Guard has checkpoints all throughout the city where they're frisking random cars. We don't want to be frisked, so we're changing our plan on the fly. Let's see what else we get into.
These local drug sales points being shot up. These local drug sales points being basically, they've been growing overnight as San Diegans move into San Diego too. Just like Tulum, where all the COVID refugees went down there to fucking live now and fucking do their fucking Instagram shit. They brought with them a giant drug market. So now the cartels are fighting for a drug market inside of Mexico, not just in the United States.
Oh shit.
So it's a phenomenon that's occurring here where Americans are working and they're Yep. We'll show you a better look at that. And with it, I'm going to show you a few of the telltale signs of why they call it San Diego too. You know what? This jet is a sleeper.
That's right. If you guys were paying attention, you heard it. It is getting so expensive in California, and people are so tired of the restrictions that they're moving into Mexico, which is creating an entirely new drug market for the cartels to go after. Interesting stuff, huh?
Funny, being in such a dangerous neighborhood has the $1 million views, you know? So right down the middle, that's the Tijuana River that goes right down the middle, the one we crossed.
Okay.
Over there is rich Tijuana, Hobbiton, you know, where all the money is. You can see all those buildings coming up and being constructed. Those are all apartment buildings here to house all of San Diego too.
No shit.
Yep. So all of those are, you know, luxury for here. It's probably like a mid-level apartment in the United States or something like that. So you start seeing them all come up. So where do you think all of them buy their drugs?
Yeah, they come over here.
They come over here and they go back. So a lot of the sales points here, the one we're going to pass by, feed the traffic of people from over there.
Just for the record, when Ed speaks about sales points, what he's referring to is an active location or point where you can go and buy drugs directly from the cartel. Now, what we're getting ready to do is go get some footage of an active sales point where there's been an engagement. You can actually still see the bullet holes in the wall, and you can see the cross where the narco actually died.
And you can also see some little, you know, pokey things on the...
Yeah.
And so this is a sales point. This was a sales point. It got burned, so they fucking killed the guy. It's probably moved it around somewhere here. Well, the door's open, so maybe they're still there. You know? So it's fine. You know, it's a spot. You know, they should make carnitas. The way you could tell it was a sales point is the carnitas was shit and it's still open, you know. Okay. Fucking street food doesn't remain open here long. There's a lot of competition, so these guys remain open for a long time. Nobody wanted to buy shit there, so that's pretty suspect. Again, this is Central Tijuana. That's El Centro over there. We're gonna do a quick drive-by there before I drop you off the hotel so you can see some of the shit that we can basically get into. And over there is the eastern part of the city. The real fucking shit that happens over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the area familiarization portion of the video. Let's take a quick break before we move into the actual border.
Papá, el hombre, Jackson no ha muerto. El mejor del mundo, papá. Verme en YouTube, Michael Jackson de Tijuana.
I want to tell you all about the Vigilance Elite newsletter and the exclusive free content that we're pumping through there. We talk a lot about area familiarization and how important that is when you're going to an environment that may be a little dangerous. I'm going to be giving out a free video on tips that you can do to keep safe when you're traveling overseas. Sign up for the Vigilance Elite newsletter. The link is in the description. Like I said, it's free. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make our way over to the actual border wall.
And the border's like a minute.
That seems fucking high to me, 10 grand.
To pay border protection? I mean...
I don't know. I mean...
It is...
I guess I'm still not fully understanding.
I'd say 10 grand for them to drop you in LA. Para donde? No, vete a la fence. This is the new one.
Now we've arrived at the border wall. This section is actually pretty self-explanatory. We discuss a little bit about the neighborhood that runs along the border and why so many of the residents are tied in with different cartels. And we talk about breach points in the wall, the weaknesses, how people are getting through it, getting over it, getting around it. And then we move on to tunnels. We're on the U.S.-Mexico border in Tijuana. We're on the Mexican side. There's actually two walls here. Yeah, why is there two walls?
These are both new. Trump administration put these in. This is the border fence that he had made. Now, this border fence is here, probably it's been here for about 5 years. When it was originally put up, when the first caravan came in, they put razor wire on top of it. That lasted about 2 or 3 nights.
That's it?
Yeah, and the razor wire then got repurposed. There's a myriad of houses and fences here.
Yeah.
Because that's what, that's how we do.
So they're using this razor wire to
Now they're putting in house.
to protect their stuff.
Yeah.
Get some footage of that out there real quick.
Sure.
So this is pretty much the neighborhood that's right on the border.
Yeah, this is Colonia Federal. One of the oldest colonies here on the border. It's also right over there is where most of the big giant drug tunnels have been found historically. Has been all throughout this area, basically.
Can we see any of them?
There's one that was found, probably it was found when I was active, and it's bricked up, but we can see it.
Okay, cool.
We can see it.
Look at this. Can you see this neighborhood down here? So what is to happen if we go down there?
I mean, we have armed people with us today, and it's because last time I was around here, I got shot at with a 22, right?
All right.
So, but this is a very rowdy neighborhood. The cops don't go in there. The military doesn't go in there. It's basically one of those geographically perfect places for communities like this to show to kind of basically encapsulate themselves.
Okay.
The main problem and issue that all of these communities have is access. If they don't have access, and if they can control their access, it becomes a den of thieves, basically. That's the phenomenon. A lot of the drug markets are in some of these communities as well. I mean, you could go shop there and then go back to your middle class Tijuana apartment in what is now being called San Diego 2.
What do you think the percentage of, what's the percentage of the population in here that winds up in some type of organized crime like cartel stuff?
I mean, there's not a lot of options for people like this. Most of these people work in maquiladoras. They work in just selling odds and ends, the tourists. Some of them in school, and a lot of them get the easy offer of money. And it's, I mean, hey, can you figure out how to get stuff across this border?
It's good money too, right?
It is amazing for these people. Who better to monitor the border and to know how to get things across the border than people that live here their whole lives? Yeah. Now, if you can see down here, these are the two new border fences that were built up. Again, this one used to have razor wire on it, but it was stolen overnight by some of the locals. Oh wait. Locals here will tell you, a moonless night with fog is magic hour. Moonless night with fog is magic hour. It means anything can get across, and the border patrol won't be able to lift the bird up. There's a lot of shady stuff happens here, of course.
They know all that stuff, huh?
What?
They know all that.
It is.
Loom, weather,
and
how that affects overhead air.
Also, basically, again, this is the slat system that they made. You see that middle slat?
Yeah.
That's where you tie a rope over and pull and just throw it over. As far as a method of climbing, 1, 2. that climb over there, it slows people down. Yes.
Yeah.
The problem is there have been multiple breaches on the wall.
Oh, these are patches.
Yeah. So they'll come in with a welder and reach 50 people across. It's part of a solution.
1, 2, 3. There's another one. There's another group.
All these are part of a solution. I mean, I guess the border fence is a part of a solution, but it's not keeping anybody out that wants to get in. Damn.
So check out this tunnel you're talking about.
All right.
You get some.
Right there, yeah. What's that say, Ed?
What?
What does that say?
That's a federal crime to try and destroy this monument. This is the limit of the Republic of Mexico. Treated with the United States in 1853. Reestablished by different agreements in 1882 and 1889. And behind it says, "We are at the limit."
That pretty much concludes our border wall section. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. We just wanted to point a couple of things out to you all. It's not going to stop everybody, but it seems pretty effective to me. That's just my opinion, though. So let's move on to tunnels. Cartels are digging tunnels from Mexico, goes under the wall into the United States. The tunnel starts in a house in Mexico and it ends in a house in the United States. We couldn't actually get in the tunnels. I just want to show you guys kind of what the exterior of the houses look like. They're just normal houses. Some of these tunnels are up to 10 miles long. And like I said, they're smuggling everything from humans, a lot of sex trafficking, a lot of human trafficking going on, a lot of obviously drugs being smuggled through there, money, weapons, you name it. If it can be smuggled, it's going through these tunnel systems. And there's more and more of these popping up all over Mexico and the US. Let's take a look.
That's basically covered in concrete.
So inside here is a tunnel. Does this tunnel go all the way into the US?
Yeah, this tunnel was running, I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to tell how long the tunnel was running, but it was a pretty substantial one. This house was under construction for a few years, so that was kind of suspect. After the tunnel was found, filled in concrete, it bricked up. This is one of dozens in the area. The border wall is
Maybe 5 miles.
maybe a little, about 5 miles that way. You have the airport over there, and a large community. It's very old, and there's a lot of construction going on constantly here. So moving dirt around and moving construction material around is. This one was found a few years back. It's an old one. There's rumors of about 50 of them operating in the area. So who knows how many of these are active? You know, early part in my career when we would find these, it would have us put Geiger counters in them. This is Bush era. It would be worried about somebody putting a nuke through one of these tunnels. You could walk through this one.
You could walk through it?
You could walk through it. Wow. It had a small little railing system, and you can walk through it. Tall tale sign that this one was probably Sinaloa cartel. The tunnel was shaped like that, like two hands coming together.
Okay.
El Chapo's tunnel that he used to escape from the prison, same construction.
Okay.
So the rumor is, theory is that the same people that built the tunnel to get him out of prison. And if people know about construction and tunnel making, it will tell you what this saves you on time as far as making a long haul. Israelis have come in with trying to get ground penetrating radar technology that's worked for them over there. Here, soil type different, just doesn't work.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the second portion of the Inside Mexico trip with me and Ed Calderon. I just want to say thank you all for being here. I hoped you liked the content. If you did, please go down there, give us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and there's a lot more coming on this. You can see behind the scenes stuff on Patreon. And if you want to be notified of when the next one's coming out, sign up for that VE newsletter. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you soon.